CTLA parents and students, thank you for coming out for this meeting this evening. We are going to be hosted by JCC, Johnston Community College, and this is a meeting tonight for our medical assistance program, as well as nurse aid and early childhood. And again, I want to welcome each of you for taking the time to come out. I know how busy our lives are, but I hope that you find that this meeting is going to be very beneficial for you, for the information that we're going to be sharing this evening. We will also have directors here from the various pathways that we're going to be looking at tonight that will be sharing information with you in reference to your child's pathway. Again, I am Sheila Singleton, the principal of Career and Technical Leadership Academy. Most of us say CTLA, that just kind of rolls off our tongue automatically, and we're going to move forward. But again, thank you for coming, welcome, and I hope that you sit back and take plenty of notes, and you will have an opportunity at the end to ask questions of those who are here. Some of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight, I'm just briefly going to go over the agenda for you. Who is CTLA? The meeting purpose, pathway description and goal for medical assistance, nurse aid, and early childhood. JCC information will be presented by Pathway, and yes, we will have a time for questions at the end. I want to add this as well. This information will be made available for you after this meeting is completed, and I've had parents to contact me to say that I really want to come, but I have other obligations. Is there a way that I can access this information? After tonight's meeting, we will post this on the CTLA webpage. Okay. Who is Career and Technical Leadership Academy? Career and Technical Leadership Academy is defined as a cooperative, innovative high school. This partnership affords our students in grades 9 through 13, which is the 5-year program, the opportunity to complete their high school graduation requirements and an alternative learning environment, while at the same time earning a college degree and building a college transcript. That's who we are. There are 6 pathways that we offer here with CTLA. Medical assistance, and currently we have 32 students enrolled. Nurse aid, currently have 20 students. Early childhood, 5. Information technology, 27 students are enrolled in this pathway. Industrial systems technology, we have 16. And in the college transfer track, we have 14 at this time. CTLA overview and tonight's purpose. First of all, I want you to know that CTLA will have a capacity, once all of the pathways have been filled, for 425 students. We currently have 12 certified, highly qualified teachers. We have small class sizes. That's one of the attractive drawing figures that a lot of our parents and our students are very attracted to. We have a very nurturing environment as well. With the small size that we have an opportunity to really get to know our students very personally and to meet their needs accordingly as well. Students must take at least 4 classes, high school and college, per semester. That is one of the requirements of this innovative high school. The goal is to prepare our students for career as well as college. Also, the goal is to increase the number of students graduating with a degree. So that's the uniqueness of the CTLA early college program versus early college, which was here prior to our coming on board as well. At this time, I'm going to allow the person to come forward. Okay, good. At this time, I think early childhood will be asking their people to join her in the room right next door for the early childhood presentation, and CTLA, medical assistants and nurse aid, you're going to remain here together.
Welcome, ladies, to our early childhood education pathway. I'm just going to give you a little synopsis about our program and what we are here at Johnson Community College. The early childhood education curriculum. The early childhood education curriculum at Johnson Community College prepares individuals to work with children from birth to age 8 in diverse learning environments. Once you are enrolled in our program, you start taking our courses, your learning will be combined with learned theories with practice in actual child development settings. You will be under a supervised quality teacher. And once we get to the pathway on the paper, I'll kind of go over that with you. But it's a 5-year plan, and everything that you do in our classes, every class that you take is pretty much hands-on. Everything that you do, it will be hands-on. So that's what we are here at Johnson Community College. The early childhood education program leads to an associate's degree and various certificates in early childhood. Right now, we actually have 4 certificates that our students are eligible to receive. We have an infant toddler certificate. If you are interested in infant toddlers, we have an infant toddler certificate. We have a school age certificate, our early childhood certificate, and a child development certificate. So I'm going to stop and give you one of my handouts as well, and one of the cards. Here you are. Welcome, welcome. We're just getting started. And everything, the PowerPoint is, you have it.
Okay.
Did they not give it to you?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we were just going over our early childhood program and what students will have to do once they're actually enrolled in our program. And we were going over the various programs and associate's degrees that we have, as well as certificate. We have an infant toddler, we have a school age, we have an early childhood and a child development certificate that students are able to obtain in our courses at JCC. The employment opportunities that you guys will have once you graduate from our program is you can be a lead teacher in a child development center. And in the state of North Carolina, in order to be a lead teacher, you have to have EDU 119, which is Intro to Child Development, which is a 4-hour class. We offer that class seated, we offer that class hybrid, and we offer that class online. So you have like 3 ways to take the course. It's totally up to the child, the student, whichever pathway they want to take as far as online, seated, or hybrid. And we'll get into those codes in a little bit. So you can be a lead teacher in a classroom with children birth to kindergarten, as well as going into a public school and being a teacher's assistant in a public school system. And also Head Start. You can be a TA in the Head Start program as well with the associate's degree here from JCC. So on your handout that I've given you, we like to share this handout with all of our students because it talks about how you can impact a child's life, what you can earn here at JCC. You can earn your associate's degree in applied science, your diploma, early childhood certificate, the admin certificate, the school age certificate, as well as the infant toddler certificate. Now, all of the coursework that is included in all of the courses that we teach, we look at child growth and development, which is EDU 144, and we target children birth to 5. EDU 145, we look at children 5 to age 8, so we look at the child all the way up to age 8. We have a child guidance class, which is EDU 146, and you'll see that on your pathway. We do developmentally appropriate activity plans in a lot of our courses. We do classroom organization and assessment, which is EDU 162, and then we help students with communication skills in a lot of our classes. And those communication skills you'll get over the course of your time here in our courses. Over in the red section on the handout, you'll see the jobs available. We did go over some of those on the slide, and there's some more listed on here. You can even become an early childhood administrator. Say, for instance, you get in the classroom, you've been in the classroom for a couple of years, and you say, okay, I want to be a center director. What do I need to do to be a center director? Well, we have an admin certificate that you can receive. And And a lot of the certificates lead into our degree program. So if you want to be an early childhood administrator, you can take EDU 261 and EDU 262 along with 7 other courses, and you can get your admin certificate. So that way, we like to offer those 4 certificates for our students in our program so that they can take the courses that's listed on the pathway. So in other words, you are obtaining your associate's degree, but a lot of the classes in order to obtain your certificate are already in the degree. And it's not like you have to take extra courses. And what we encourage our students to do is to take the 2-year degree and then get the certificate add-ons. We have some students that get 2 add-on certificates, some students who get 1, but it's totally up to you guys. Once you get in the program and you figure out what you want to do, you can get either one of those 4 certificates that we offer in early childhood. So if you guys look at your career and technical leadership early childhood template that we have, if you have any questions about the high school courses, I'll have to go get Miss Carrie Lane. But the courses that you have to take, if you guys can follow the program as we have it here on the page, which is 5-year, it will be a lot easier for you to graduate and complete the courses. And we tell our associate's degree students the same thing. So for instance, spring 1, which is starting in January, we are going to be offering EDU 131. EDU 131 is going to be offered on Mondays and Wednesdays from 11 to 12:50, Mondays and Wednesdays. And it's a 3-credit hour, and it's called Child Family Community. So everything that we do in that course is going to be geared around child family community. We do have a key assessment in that class, and that key assessment is a group project, and it's an awesome project. I have a lot of students who love taking that class. So that's spring 1, you'll take 1 course. And then for fall 2, you'll be taking EDU 119. Again, EDU 119 is a course that you need to take to be a lead teacher in the state of North Carolina. But that course is 4 hours. Again, we offer it hybrid, which is you meet a couple of hours and then you go home and do some work on the computer. We have it strictly online, and then we offer it seated. And what we like to tell students, whatever you're comfortable with, if you know how to email, if you know how to text, you know how to take an online class. And I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with texting, right? And anything tech savvy, right? You feel good? Well, good. So it's up to you guys. So if you want to do that in fall 2, you can do that. In spring 2, you'll take a Bio 110 and you'll take EDU 145. Again, EDU 145, the ages that you're going to be targeting are ages 5 to 8. You have a key assessment in there as well, but it's a case study. It's a developmental case study on a child that you select ages 5 to 8. And it's a fun course. It's a fun course. You guys will like that. And then fall 3, it goes to EDU 153, which is health, safety, and nutrition. Well, anything and everything under education around child, family, community, health, safety, and nutrition, we're going to be doing it. You guys are going to be doing menu planning. You're going to be writing activity plans for children in the classroom. You are going to get a lot of CEUs or continuing ed credit in the 153 class. Like you have to take an online course for child abuse and neglect. You'll take some pro solution courses in this class. We'll provide first aid and CPR for you. So there's a lot of certificates that you can get inside of that EDU 153 class. The next class is 151, and that's creative activities. Again, activity plans, it's a fun class, a lot of hands-on things. You'll be doing activity plans with children, and it's great. You'll have a good time in there as well. And then your spring 3 will be EDU 144. You'll be targeting children ages birth to age 5. And then EDU 146, of course, is child guidance. We have a lot of times students take child guidance because they like it, because it kind of helps them with behavior issues that arise in the classroom. So 146 is a great class for you guys to take. And then 221 is children with exceptionalities. A lot of times in your classes, you'll have children that have been diagnosed with this or that. This class will help you deal with those children in the classroom. So that's another class. And then EDU 280 for fall 4. And then for spring 4, it'll be EDU 234, which is infants and toddlers, which I love that class. EDU 162 is the observation and assessment class that you'll be taking. It really teaches you how to observe children. How many of you currently are working a child development center, maybe part-time or church or after school, or have siblings or babysit? You guys don't babysit? You do?
I have bigger brothers, but I babysit.
She has babysat.
Oh, okay.
Babysat them.
Oh yeah, I've babysit Jackson.
Okay, well, good. So a lot of these courses that you take here can help you with that. So a lot of like the EDU 162 is everything dealing with observing a child and being able to write up a report on the observations that you've seen, the notes that you've taken during your observation. And it helps you with activity plans. What the children like, what they don't like. That class really gets you into observing children. And it's a great class. I tell anybody, please take that as soon as you can. A lot of times our students wait to the end, and then when we have these big projects and they have to do observations, they're kind of lost a little bit. It's kind of foggy because they don't know what to look for when they go into the class. But EDU 162 is a great observation class. EDU 251 is exploration class. Again, activity plans, hands-on activity plans that you'll have to do with the kids, and it's good observation, a good class for you to take to go along with EDU 162. And then finally, you get to your Fall 5, and that's when you take EDU 214, which is our practicum. How many of you guys know what student teaching is / practicum? Practicum or / student teaching is when you come to class for 50 minutes, say on a Monday night from like 5:30 to 6:30. We give you a lecture. We talk about the activity plans and assignments that you're going to have to do for that week with a group of children. And 10 hours of that class, you are going to be either at an elementary school or a child development center doing your student teaching. So you have to do 144 hours in EDU 214 and EDU 284. So that's like 144 hours for 214 and 144 hours for 16 weeks for EDU 284. And that's considered your last courses that you'll have to take before you graduate and have your associate's degree. What we like to do for our practicum courses, we like for our students to go to an approved site. They have to have 3 stars or more, and they have to be, well, they don't have to be, but if they are NAEYC accredited, that would be a great thing. Now, you'll have a mentor teacher that you'll be collaborating with 10 hours a week. She has to have at least an associate's degree in early childhood in order to mentor you. We will make 3 to 4 visits throughout the whole semester while you are doing your practicum. And the awesome thing about it is we have a lab school right across the hall from our classroom. We have 4 classrooms. We go from toddlers, young toddlers, all the way up to 5-year-olds. So a lot of our students who do their student teaching, they like to do it in our lab school, and we like for them to do it in our lab school because, again, we have 4 classes. But if you have a center that you really like, say, for instance, when you get to your Fall 5 and you're maybe working part-time at a facility that meets all of our requirements, and you're working there and you want to do your practicum there, you are allowed to do that practicum there. All your center needs to do is fill out an application. We'll come out and do a visit to make sure they meet our guidelines. The mentor teacher and the director, or if it's at a school, the principal has to do an orientation along with your mentor, and they're approved. And you will be able to get paid if you work there, as well as do your practicum there. And we have a lot of students who do that. So it's totally up to you guys where you want to do your student teaching, as long as they meet our standards, like 3 stars or higher. The mentor teacher has to have an associate's degree. So that's our 5-year plan in a nutshell. Any questions?
So they could choose any school, like if they decide to do a school.
Yeah.
They could choose any school.
As long as, if they're not on our list,
Right.
we can get them approved.
Okay.
It's just a simple application process.
Right. Okay.
A simple application process. We've had students at South Smithfield in a pre-K classroom. We have some Head Start classes that are in elementary schools. We have students to do it there. So it's totally up to the individual. You got something in mind?
I have to do elementary school.
Elementary, yeah, it has to be elementary. Has to be elementary, yeah. Because we do birth to 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, birth to 8. So it has to be. Yeah. Yeah, birth to 8. So again, we've had South Smithfield Elementary was one. Pine Level Elementary, I think, was one of our sites. We had a student there. And Selma Elementary. We had a dynamic student there last year that graduated, and she was over at Selma Elementary in a pre-K classroom, and it was great. And she graduated last semester. So that's our program in a nutshell. After summer school, how many of you guys are interested in summer school? Because you guys can take some, yes, absolutely. We do, and we'll be offering classes this summer. So if you want to pick up a class this summer, you can pick up a class this summer. Right now, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're going to be offering, let me look, 119 online and 153 online.
So then they don't have to be on campus.
They do not have to be on campus. And the only thing about our summer classes, they're not 16 weeks. They're 10 weeks. So what we do is we condense 16 weeks into 10 weeks. And it goes pretty fast. But again, it's online. You check in 3 or 4 times a week. You read your assignments. You do your activities. You participate in discussion board. You take a quiz at the end of each module. And you submit it in Blackboard.
Okay. Are they already familiar with that?
Yes, they do. Some, yeah, she told us most of you guys are familiar with that. And of course, you guys will have a JCC email account or not Gmail, but Outlook. That's how we'll correspond with you guys about any questions that you may have. We're very flexible. We can Skype with students in our program. We can meet you. If you drive and you want to come to campus, we can meet you. Again, she talked about how small and intimate we are. We have 5 students in our CTLA. We know it's going to grow over time, but we like to get a good rapport with our students in our CTLA as well as our CCP because it's very important. This is college. It's nothing like high school. So we teach you guys, we treat you guys like college students. So anything that we can help you guys be successful, we are here to do that for you guys. And I am the CTLA and CCP advisor. So if you guys sign up, when you come here for your advising, I will be the one that you'll meet with for advising for CTLA or CCP. Any questions at all? You sure? And don't forget, if you, the certificates that you all receive in the classes that you take, like your first aid CPR, maybe if you want to do BSAC, if you're going to be working with after schoolers or anything, we encourage you to keep all the certificates that you receive from us because when you take EDU 214 and 284, you guys are going to have to do a professional educational portfolio, and the more certificates you have, the more things you can add on your resume, the better it'll be for you when you get to those courses. Okay? All right. Are you guys sure you don't have any questions? Okay, good. So when do you guys meet with your counselors? That timeline. Have they talked to you guys about it? Now, what school are you?
CTLA.
What high school?
Oh, Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay. All right. And you? Cleveland. Okay, good. Clayton. Do you know your specialist out there in Clayton? They're here on our campus too, and it's new this semester. Your specialist, your CTLA specialist. I haven't met all of them, but we'll be having a meeting next week, and I'll be able to meet those ladies. I think it's maybe one gentleman, but I don't know what schools they're assigned to.
I'm confused. Why does their high school matter if they're taking high school classes here? Because I thought that they were all the same high school.
They do, but each school has a specialist that works for Johnston County Public Schools, and they go out and recruit students, and then they bring them here, and then they come here and we advise them here on our campus. But each high school, to my understanding, has a CTLA specialist that goes out and meet with the students.
Well, they don't even go.
And the
They don't go
counselors.
to high school though. They
Yeah,
just
I
go.
go
They go
here.
here. They just go to CTLA here. They don't go to high school at all. They go here. So that's why they don't. They don't even know any of their teachers from.
Yeah, I don't know.
From Clayton High.
You know, so
They take all their classes here.
what about your counselor?
I don't know who my
Like, I thought you, yeah, they were just saying, she's their advisor.
I'm your advisor here for CT for early childhood,
Yeah.
but we do have CTLA specialists. So maybe they just work with the CCP students. Okay. I'll get clarification on that. I will get clarification on that. Carrie Cockrell Lane is our director. I'll ask her, do the specialists work with you all and the CCP? Maybe it's just the CCP students that the specialists work with. Because each high school has a specialist.
But
They're
they-
housed here.
It was our understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, once they were accepted into this program and going through this program, they weren't affiliated with their schools.
Well,
This is their school.
Right.
Yeah, we come here every
They're-
morning on the school bus.
Yeah, they graduate
Okay.
CTLA high school and JCC 2-year degree.
Well, maybe that specialist is not for you guys. Maybe it's for the CCP. But I'll get clarification. Hold that thought. I'm going to go get Carrie. I'm going to go get Carrie.
Yeah, because they don't. I mean, they don't go to high school at Clayton. So,
Yeah.
Or Cleveland, so they don't know
She'll clarify that real quick.
who that is.
Do you even know who the counselors
I'm actually going to make sure it's not in my paperwork. Clayton and Cleveland, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's look real quick. While I look, do you ladies have any age preference that you like to work with?
I don't want it.
No infants,
I
right?
like them, but I just
I understand. At first, I didn't want to work with infants, and then when I first started out, it took me years to want to work with infants. And now I feel good. I have no problem with infants. 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, I like them all. I like them all. Okay, clarification.
Okay.
I was talking to them about who their counselors were when they come here. This list does not apply. This is just strictly for
This is all CCP.
cool babies. You are absolutely right, ladies. I'm your contact. And
Yeah.
this is our director.
So, I am Carrie Lynn Cockrell. I know we've met before, but I'm the liaison between CTLA and JCC until January 1. And then Stephanie Leonard, who is here as well. Y'all get the same thing at the same time, so that's
That's
always
great.
split. But Stephanie Leonard will be the liaison from starting January 1 because I'm retiring. So she's going to take over at that point in time. So I hate it because I really want to be here all year with you guys. But
Sure.
sorry, I can't do that without a smile. So anyways, whenever you have questions, and I've already told the girls this, whenever y'all have questions, they contact me or they contact their person in the high school and then they contact me. Usually Miss Singleton's giving me a call. We talk every day. But but when y'all get in class, with like in the spring when you're in EDU 131, you'll have your contact because you're teaching that,
me.
right?
Mhm.
Okay. So Ms. Brenda will be there and she will be able to answer your questions. But anything there's a question about how does this work with high school? How does that work with college? I have some questions.
Yes.
I'm your person until December, and we'll send you definitely Miss Leonard's information. You can contact her as well. She'll be here one day a week. Her office is actually on another campus, but she's going to be here one day a week for you.
Is she at the high school too? Or is she at the main office?
She's at the Glenn building.
Okay.
She's over CCP, Career and Technical Education, and AIG. So one day a week she's with you guys.
Wow. So that's hard.
Yeah, but it's okay. We're good. And we do have an office here. So Miss Haynes, who was your former principal, or was principal of CTLA last year, actually is taking part of my job too. They split my job into 2 people, but
wow.
her office is here on campus. But Miss Leonard is actually going to be the liaison for CTLA.
Great.
Yep.
So thank you. I appreciate
so
that
you're welcome.
clarification.
I was under the impression that they were going to be merging in the years to come CTLA with the early college. Is that not correct?
No, there's 2 early colleges. We've
It's
merged
C-
with middle college. This year we've merged with middle college.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So she will stay CTLA for her
She
time here.
will. She will. We were looking at the name because it was going to be Career and Technical Leadership Early College. That's where we were
Wow.
headed. And that
Oh, that's
decision
too
still,
much.
yeah,
I
it's
know.
a
That's a
mouthful.
lot of
So
acronyms.
it's a whole lot
that's the
easier with
problem, the
CTLA.
acronyms, they all
Yeah.
start with C's.
Yeah, but we wanted to make sure that everybody understood it's an early college. And so we did academy, they're an academy. That's where it got to be. We need to change somebody's name. But I think we're just going to stick with CTLA. Miss Singleton will let you know for sure at the end of the year when middle college is over. You know, they're ending this year, and it's just CTLA. But right now it's CTLA. That's what we're sticking with.
All right.
Okay?
I think that works just fine messing
Yeah.
up acronyms.
Yeah,
I
we thought so. We thought so too.
That's
and I think
right.
that's it. Do you want me to go ahead and go over the last page? Are you ready
Yes,
for that?
yeah, I'm ready. I just
Okay.
want to say one thing. I lost it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You go ahead. Maybe it'll come back to it. I had to see your motion.
So when you get there, you say, stop, let me get it.
Okay.
So the very last page of your packet is your 5-year plan. We've not been able to hand this to you since you started because it's still very fluid. You know, we've had some things. Trying to plan out 5 years for a high school student has been a challenge. So we've done this, I don't know, out there, that was probably the 15th version that we handed out for medical assistant nurse aide. For yours, we might be on the 4th or
Okay,
5th.
stand over here.
Ooh, I am so sorry. I
For the
forgot about
training.
this.
That's all right.
Anyways, so this is your 5-year plan. And just so you understand, it's going to look a little different than probably what you're doing because we've already made some decisions right now about freshman year next year. But so the way this works is the top part is high school and the bottom part is college. So in the high school version, it's fall 1 and fall 2, that's 9th grade. Fall 1 and spring 1 are 9th grade, fall 2, spring 2, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, and your 13th year. That's what that is, okay? And so we've managed to put it in there so in that year, over those 2 semesters, you're going to get these high school classes. It may be that you didn't take biology this year as a freshman or last year as a freshman in the fall, but you should get it in the spring, or they may have to move. It just depends right now. Our plan is that you would take it as a freshman because we would hope that you would be able to take biology 110 as a sophomore next spring. Okay, so you got to take high school biology before you take college level biology. So that's why that's set that way. But with the you haven't had high school. You're both freshmen. I'm sorry. Okay, you haven't had high school health and PE, and where we had it in the fall, it's really going to be in the spring. So you had ACA. You got ACA 122 right now. That's been moved to later in for new students later in their career. So you've already had a college class in the fall. Your college class in the spring is EDU 131. I'm sure y'all probably talked about that.
Yep.
And then your high school classes, there may be, one of these may have to be moved to 10th grade or something. So that's the nice thing of being in a small school, that you're going to get everything you need to graduate from high school. And if you'll notice, it's real heavy the first and second year. So you've got plenty of time to get all your high school classes in. And so you've got to get your 4 Englishes. You've got to get your 3 maths. If you took math 1 in 8th grade, that's why it's bold printed or solid print, like math 2 as a freshman, math 3. If you didn't take math 1 till this year, that's what's in italics because everybody comes in a different place with math. For your histories or your social studies, you got world histories and civics. You may not get civics this year. They may put 6th grade, but you've got 2 American histories to take before you graduate. We've pushed those into junior year, which most people get their junior year. You've got health and PE, and then we've got some electives that you're going to need. And that's because we want to build those skills for you before you get into some of those college classes you're going to have. Like Honors Roundtable is when you're actually having discussions about topics and being able to stand up in front of a group and do presentations, which you're going to have to do a lot when you're working with children, you know, and get it from them. So that's one reason that class is there. And then if you'll notice in the last year, we've got peer tutoring. And the reason for that is because at that time, you're going to be the experts in the building. You've got a lot of freshmen and sophomores coming in who are going to need your expertise, not only in high school, but also your college classes to have your tutoring help, you know, just help. You'll meet with them on certain days. They'll have that schedule built up for you, and then you'll be able to be the tutor in the room, and you'll get high school credit for that. So you have to take at least 1 high school class every semester. And if we're taking so much right now in 9th and 10th grade, there's not much left, especially when you're adding an extra year to high school. So that's why we've tried to build in some electives that are going to be helpful for you with your college work.
So
Okay.
if they're taking the summer classes, how does that impact
their schedule.
If they take a summer class, it would be just taking one of these courses earlier. And so that's when your early childhood advisor will be helpful to help you do that. Some of your humanities and stuff could do that as well, and it would just move those from wherever it's set in the schedule to
So
earlier.
it's just a little bit more fluid.
That's right, that's right. So just to, you're just gonna have a full schedule. You have to watch, especially with the EDU classes, there's a sequence to them, and I know you'll talk
we
about
did.
that.
We talked about the
Mhm.
sequence.
But
Yeah.
that's where you guys work with them on making sure that they're taking what, when.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
Every semester, they're meeting with their advisor,
With me.
and she's going to say, okay, this is where you are, you can do this. Now, if you want to take an extra class, here's what you can take. Because high school is going to be pretty set for us. We're, we're very small, and, we're not going to have 10 different times that English 3 is going to be taught. It's going to be taught just a few times. So she'll have to work that around with your high school, but it'll be a little more fluid with your college classes, okay?
And one good thing that she talked about with us being very small and intimate, I'll keep a folder of all of you guys in our department, and every time you come, the first time you come, I'm going to give you a schedule of all the courses that you need in this plan. And each time you complete one, we're going to put a check by it. We're going to put the semester in which you completed it and your grade. I'll keep a copy, you'll keep a copy. So when we come for advising, we'll know exactly where you are, what you need to take next.
And the nice thing about that is you will know when you graduate that you've got everything you need. There won't be any surprises at the end. And with high school, you're going to have that because we're going to make sure you do that and make sure you do it early. And so we've got some time. You've got extra semesters built in there if you needed to take another class or something. We can do that. You should graduate with an honors diploma because you're going to have that extra biology 110 class. You have to have 4 sciences. To graduate from high school, you only need 3. And with that extra science, it's an honors diploma. There's other things that go with that, but we've tried to build in as much in this schedule for you as we possibly can. So it all gets down to your GPA and that stuff, but you do have an opportunity for that. Okay. All right. Any questions?
Let's start.
Yeah, we're good. We're excited about the spring.
Very excited. We're waiting for you guys.
Yeah.
We can't wait for you guys to get here.
And so we'll get them registered for that class in the next few weeks. I think we're going to get them all together and try to do it as a group or something.
Okay.
We're going to make sure we get all that together for you.
You guys have my contact number. Just give me a call, email me. We'll stay in touch. And our center director of our program is Tanya Pedro. I want to introduce you guys to her as well, and you guys will be able to meet her. So, all right. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys in January, or probably before if we do that roundtable and these ladies come back.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.